It was just past midnight when Jenna's phone buzzed, cutting through the silence of her apartment. The screen glowed with a number she didn't recognize, an unsettling string of digits from an unknown area code. A knot of apprehension tightened in her stomach. Who would be calling at this hour? Hesitantly, she swiped to answer, pressing the phone to her ear. "Hello," she whispered, her voice barely audible. A deep, distorted voice crackled on the other end, a sound like gravel and static. "I'm calling from the end of the line, and you're next." Before Jenna could even process the words, the call ended. An abrupt click, and then dead air. Her heart hammered against her ribs. She stared at the call log, the strange number burning into her memory. It had to be a prank. Some bored kids with a voice-changing app. She tried to laugh it off, turning over in her bed and pulling the covers up to her chin. But sleep didn't come easily. The next night, it happened again. Just past midnight, the same number. This time, she let it ring, her hand hovering over the screen, trembling. It went to voicemail. A minute later, a notification popped up. A new message. Against her better judgment, she listened. The same distorted voice echoed in her ear, but this time it was different. "You wore the red dress today. It brings out the color in your eyes." A chill, cold and sharp, snaked down her spine. How could anyone know that? She had bought that dress just yesterday, on a whim. Every night after that, the calls continued. Each time, the voice would whisper more details about her life. Small, intimate things. The name of her childhood pet, a secret she'd scribbled in a diary she thought was long lost. The song she always hummed when she was nervous. The fight she'd had with her sister over the phone that afternoon. The caller knew everything, every hidden corner of her existence. The feeling of being watched became a constant, suffocating weight. She started jumping at shadows, double-checking the locks on her doors and windows, and covering the camera on her laptop. But the calls always came. One night, a week after it all started, the voice was different. It sounded impatient, almost angry. "You think locking your doors will keep you safe? Look outside, Jenna. Look out your window." Her breath hitched. Her apartment was on the 3rd floor. No one could possibly be out there. Part of her screamed not to do it, to stay away from the window, to hide under the covers. But a morbid curiosity, a desperate need to understand, pulled her from her bed. Slowly, she crept to the window, peering through a tiny gap in the blinds. The street below was empty, bathed in the sickly orange glow of a single streetlight. And then she saw it, a figure. A tall, shadowy silhouette standing directly under the light, completely motionless. It was too far to make out any features, but she didn't need to. She could feel its gaze, an intense, penetrating stare fixed directly on her window. On her. Her blood ran cold. She stumbled back, her hand flying to her mouth to stifle a scream. Her phone buzzed in her hand, the vibration jarring her to her core. It was him. She stared at the screen, frozen in terror. The call connected automatically, without her answering. This time, the voice wasn't distorted. It was clear, crisp, and so close it felt like he was standing right behind her, whispering directly into her ear. "You shouldn't have ignored me, Jenna." The voice was calm, conversational, which made it even more terrifying. "I'm already inside." In that instant, the lights in her apartment flickered once, twice, and then plunged her into total darkness. A floorboard creaked in the hallway. The front door, the one she had triple-checked, slowly groaned open. A profound silence fell over the apartment, heavier and more menacing than any sound. And in that suffocating quiet, Jenna realized the horrifying truth. The call never really ended. The line was always open. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more chilling tales every week. Stay safe and check your locks.